What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me go ahead and get this up. Oh. All right, let's go ahead, lock in here. What's good, everybody? Pull up this chat. There we go. No, I'm just on YouTube this morning. Just on YouTube. Let me make sure Hannah's in here. There we go. Alrighty, everybody. Good morning. Happy Friday. I'm gonna go ahead and cover what I'm watching and get out of the way here. I have to drop my car off at BMW so it can get serviced before 9:30. So let's go ahead and get into this really quick. First things first. Going into today's session, no real important data. We are good to go today. Nothing of significance. FOMC was the big data point this week, but we're pretty much clear today. Today, if I am correct, today is OPEX. Give me 1 second and I will check. But I'm pretty sure today is OPEX. Pretty sure today is OPEX. Pretty sure. Hannah, you here?
Sorry for mute. Yeah, auditing today, so definitely expect some sort of wonkiness going on today.
Okay, awesome. Just want to make sure everything was working. 1 second. Okay, let's get it. Yeah, so today it's quad witching. No other important economic data. Chart perspective, I mean, there's not really much to love right this second, if I'm being honest with you. In terms of SPY, there's really not much to love here. First watch is obviously those previous all-time highs, which would be about 665. Then obviously we have this big demand down here at 655. Right now we're kind of trading smack dead in the middle. I don't love anything here, right? I'm just going to say it first, right? There is a big level here at 661, which we're holding. So, I mean, if anything, that would kind of be our guideline for today. If we're above it, that is where we likely rip back into highs. If we lose it, that is where we probably go back into FOMC lows. This is a chart I actually do not like at all. The more I look at it, the more I don't like it. So with that being said, probably won't catch me trading SPY today unless, we get back below yesterday's low, which is about 560 actually. Let me go ahead and correct this. 660, excuse me. I was looking at QQQ and talking about SPY. That is pretty much the only way I like this chart. And even then, it doesn't really look that good. But yeah, that's what I'm watching on SPY. Not a chart to love. Qs, a little bit different scenario here. Reason being is this is a more structured chart, right? You have that previous resistance, which held as support yesterday. On top of that, you have a very, very clear demand down here, which was tested on FOMC. So this is a much cleaner chart in my opinion, right? Even these highs up here are more established than SPY. Major level here at 600, major psychological level. And then obviously we have that big demand down here at 584, 583. So it's a nice chart, but it's not a chart that you love, right? What I'm watching today is one pullback, 594, 592. If this can hold, that's the bullish scenario back into highs. If we fail, 592, that is where we likely tumble lower back into those FOMC lows. I do think that this 600 level is ultimately going to be a magnet. I think before we go lower, I think we're either going to sweep this high or sweep 600 and then maybe catch a pullback from there. But I don't think that we're just going to knife to the floor today. I think, from what we've seen with this move, right, from this low, slow grind up. right? Technically, we got our pullback here, and we just now broke highs. So it would be very realistic if we did continue, but knowing the market, every time it pushes a new high, it tends to pull back. So a lot of uncertainty going into the day. QQQ and SPY. SPY doesn't look very good at all, but Qs look pretty decent. And with that being said, I'm going to move over here to IWM. This chart is much cleaner. You guys can see now we are trading back into this major supply here. That is going to be 245, right? This is the first time we've been above 245 since the end of 2024. This is a major level for IWM. So today what I'm watching is I'm watching a pullback into this previous demand at 241 for a demand bounce, or if we can retain above this 245 level, I think this can get a lot higher today's session. So this is kind of my top watch between ETFs. It's going to be IWM. Let's go over to futures here. NQ. This is clear as day, right? This is clear as day. Previous resistance, right? Just look at how clear this is. Previous resistance, held as support, right? It's that simple going into today's session. If we are above 24,650, bullish, okay? Bullish. 24,800 is that major supply. What we're looking for today is we're looking for a pullback, hold for longs. We're looking for a break and hold for longs. Or if the market does want to get a little wonky, right? If the market does want to get a little wonky, what we can watch for is that move below 24,650. But as of right now, we're kind of just inside of that range between 24,650 and 24,800, literally opening smack dead in the middle. So this is not a chart I love at all, but if we do get moving, it does look great. ES, another chart that really doesn't look too good, right? I'm just going to be honest. Major level here, 66.76. Major level here, 67.20, right? So if you want to trade ES, it needs to be below 66.76. or above 67.20. I would not touch ES inside of this range here. I would not at all. RTY, again, so much more clarity here, right? So much more clarity. As you guys can see, we have a high up here of 255.7. Just broke this major resistance. Extremely strong relative to other ETFs and futures, right? Major level here is 24.50. If we can get that pullback here, which is very unrealistic if I'm being honest, this would be beautiful, right? We have this trend line support. We have this major demand, 24.50, 24.40. That is a major area I want to watch for a demand bounce. Higher risk approach today with RTY, 24.80, right? Where we're currently trading, right? This is the higher risk level. If we can get above 2,500, that is the squeeze machine level, okay? So big levels today. 2480, 2500. If we can get above that 2500, this is my top long watch for higher. If we can maybe break 2480, reclaim and hold, that'll be a good long entry into 2500 on RTY. YM, this is a beautiful chart. It's still holding, right? But it needs to get above this resistance. And 46,660 is that level. If we can get above it, that is the top long watch for higher into 47,000. Main focus today is actually going to be on silver and gold. We're starting to see a little flip here in these names. Major supply on silver is 42.5. We just got that retest, failure, lower high, and we're actually breaking this structure pre-market. If we lose that 42.25 here on silver, it's very likely we're going to trade back into these lows. So that's going to be the top short watch today below that 42.5. And with that being said, let's move over to gold here. We're casually working our way down here. We have obviously the high, we have a lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, and we're making lower lows here, right? So this is going to be a top short watch if we can get below 3660, okay? Higher risk approach would be 3680. We lose that, short into 3660. Top watch is below 3660 for lower. Now, in the case that we pull back and we hold here, right? Let's say we pull back and gold holds here at 3660, 3650. That would turn into the demand we are looking for longs, okay? So very big area here on gold. This is an area where you do want to trade, right? This is an area where you want to be very attentive to gold down in this area. Outside of that, I want to talk about a couple names here that I'm very interested in today. MicroStrategy. One, a lot of relative strength yesterday, right? But now we are back into this major supply, 360. This level is extremely, extremely, extremely important. Previous lows from back here in May and June, along with August, we retesting that support as resistance. So, with that being said, today's game plan is all going to be based off of 360, 340. Pull back 340 hold, that's your long opportunity into 360. If we break 360, that is your long opportunity back into 380 plus. Okay? It's a top watch today, along with its essential brother company, right? Which is Coin, also crypto based. So what we're watching here on Coin is one, this major supply, 345. Above that 345, we did make a high yesterday, which is 352. But I'm comfortable taking a higher risk entry above 345 into 352. We break 352, we'll get that gap fill into 366, excuse me. So that's what we're watching here on Coin. I'm also keeping a watch on this demand here at 330. That was that major breakout level from yesterday's session where we made pretty much a $20 move. So if we can pull back in 330, that looks great for long. So Coin 330 pullback or above 345. AMD. This is a name I absolutely love. We got this beautiful daily double bottom here, right off this major demand. Everybody can see that. That's going to translate to like a weekly cup and handle here, or a weekly bull flag, whatever you want to call it, right? Whatever you want to call it, it's bullish. So AMD, major level 150, major level 155. Today I want to watch this 155. Pull back, hold. That's the long opportunity for a move back into 162. Okay? That's my top watch today on AMD. Next, we have QCOM. We've been in a swing trade for quite a while, but it is still valid. Target up here, 176. I'm looking to add to this if we pull back into 164. This was an absolute beautiful swing trade, and I'm definitely looking to add into it and potentially day trade it if we do get that pullback. But if you're in QCOM, keep holding. It looks amazing. Tesla, don't really love anything here. I'm actually going to take this off my watch today, which, with that being said, it's probably going to move. Meta, same thing we've been watching all week here. 768, major demand. We get that pullback. We get that hold. That is the top watch for longs in the 800. NVIDIA, don't really love anything here. Outside of that, that's pretty much it, guys. That's what I'm watching today. And yeah, man, I'll go over and hand it over to Hannah. I know she's got some things she wants to cover with you guys. I'm going to go take my car to get serviced. And I should be back by 9:30. And yeah, man, I'll see you guys in a little bit on live. Hopefully you guys have a great morning. See the majority of you guys on live trading. So yeah, man, Hannah, go ahead and take it over. And I'm going to rush to get my car serviced.
Alright. So let me get everything set up here. Okay. Everybody see this? Everybody good to go? All right, perfect. All right, I know Felony went over SPY and Qs. I'm just gonna go over it really quick what I have on watch. Pretty much same thing he said. I don't really like anything on SPY. We're kind of just like ranging. If we happen to somehow get strong and break, all-time highs, obviously that's a squeeze. But as of right now, we're holding the 660, and I honestly think we'll just chop around. I'm not going to be too interested unless we lose this 660. We could just, again, quad witching brings a lot of just wonky price action. So if that happens, we can probably see back to the 655. But as of right now, we're just kind of in this range. I don't really love it. Same thing on QQQ. If we break this 598, I think this 600 psych level is definitely on the table as well. I do think that Q is a little bit stronger than SPYs in regard to just holding these structure points. So I am interested for us to just like take out this 598 high, and then if we happen to just kind of like sweep it and then fail, that would be interesting to me. But as of right now, as long as we're above this 594, I'm not looking to short it. I'm also not looking to just take it into the supply. So I just kind of want to see what happens here. I'm not really too eager to jump into either SPY or Qs, but Qs, like I said, definitely is looking a lot better above this 594. If we get below 594, or really this 592 structure, again, like side, we can see 585. I'm not saying today, but at some point, there's just like no levels here for us to hold. So just keep that on watch, but don't be too eager to chase anything, especially right off the open. Kind of see how we're going to move for the day, especially with OPEX happening. Individuals, this 241.40 on Apple is what I've been watching for a long time now. I know I think yesterday or no, maybe Tuesday. Apple tends to just kind of consolidate. So I've been watching this. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4 rejections on this 241.40. If we break that, there's definitely room to this 244 and then 250. That's really all I have on watch. But I just kind of want to see how we react to this off the open. Or drop down to lower time frame. You can just kind of see like each time we've rejected, but we're looking pretty strong pre-market. Obviously that can fail again. So I'm not going to be, trying to jump into it assuming, but if we get the break, hopefully retest and go, then I'd be willing to take this until my target at 244. We break 244. There's nothing but room to 250. Tesla, I don't know. To me, it just kind of looks like we're forming this little head and shoulders here. Obviously, a failure of this 424. I might be willing to try this. It just depends on how we move. If we just kind of tightly consolidate like we've been doing pre-market, I'm not interested. But if we get like a wick and then failure and we get some volume, we could see this 411, 412 pretty quick. So just keep that on watch. If we reclaim it, I'm not interested because we're just chopping around back into this 430, all-time high of the 433. So again, just kind of keep this on side watch, but I'm not, super overzealous about this. Just kind of Tesla's obviously had a lot of action lately. So if you can't find anything, that's something to keep on watch. So I think Felony went over AMD. Same thing. If we break 159, I'd be willing to take it back to this 162, 164 supply. As long as we're above this 155, I like it. We just completely like reclaimed, well, not completely, but like more than half this move pre-market yesterday, which I just want to say this wasn't even like news on AMD. I didn't see this until after hours, but I guess Nvidia had like some sort of chip partnership or something that happened and it caused AMD to drop on speculation that like, oh, this could affect AMD, but there was nothing bad for this drop to happen. So that's I think why we were just so strong to reclaim. I mean, a $9 move from 150 to 159. So again, as long as we hold this higher low here and then we break through this 159, I'd be comfortable taking it back into this supply. Let's see. AVGO, you guys know I kind of like to trade this. Finally caught this 357 break. I mean, we had 1, 2, 3, 4. It touches here. I took like 2 losses 2 days in a row trying to catch this, and then finally, had to chase it Wednesday. So as of right now, just kind of weak with these lower highs. So if we break this 341.50, there's potential for the room back to this 335, 336. So I like that. I'm not going to try to trade any chop in between here because it can definitely chop around. But again, just a clean break of 341, whether it happens today or next week, I definitely have this on watch. Meta, same thing. Anything that I'm going to say 789-ish. There's room back to the 796 all-time high. And then obviously that 800 psych level. So Meta's pretty strong, just kind of keeping the structure point. I mean, depending on how it moves and then what time the break happens, if it happens today, you might not want to take 0 DTEs on a Friday, but we'll just kind of see. I just want to see if this hourly trend line holds and then we get this break. So that's the only thing I'm watching on Meta. If we chop around, again, not interested. And then Google just has been super strong lately. If we get this 255 break, obviously another squeeze into highs. As long as we're above this 250 though, I think that, honestly, this looks like a little inverted head and shoulders here. So that could definitely be on watch, this 255 break. If we lose 250, we could see 246 again. So right now, obviously in the middle, don't touch it, but 255 or 250 break down to 246. Those are your levels on Google. And I actually don't trade this, but you guys always ask for PLTR, like literally every webinar. I did chart it today and I like this volume that it had yesterday. So I kind of just want to give you some levels on watch. Above 179, there's room to this 182, 183. I do like, as long as we're above, let me see, I like this. Yeah, this 175, that break could be on watch. But the best setup for me would be this 172. If we pull back, pull this 172, I would take it back to 178. So those are your levels on PLTR. That was just a little extra because, like I said, you guys always ask for PLTR. I don't think me or Phil actually trade this, but levels are clear here. So there you go. I just want to say again, with cloud witching, I'm technically not even supposed to be trading. Like that's my rule. Contracts tend to move really wonky. So don't be too eager to jump into anything today because you need to just kind of see how price action is going to be and also see how your contracts are moving today with everything expiring. So just be careful. You don't want to go into the weekend, blowing accounts or I don't want to say taking a red trade, but just doing things you didn't have to do because you just were impatient. So with that, I'm going to hand it back to Felony. I don't know if he's still here, if he went to go get his car serviced, but be careful, you guys. I'm sure we'll find something. But just be on defense as always, an all-time highs. Everything's just kind of tricky. Plus OPEX, like I'm not going to be going heavy at all. So we'll see you guys in about 30, 40 minutes, and we'll see what we can catch on a Friday. Kelly's still here. Okay, he might have left. I'm gonna go ahead and end the webinar. All right, see you guys in a few.